courtyard, and one other team, that's going to be OUG, way back there as well, towards that next area here, as we're immediately going to be able to go through towards the next fight here. Let's see if they can keep that same momentum going here. And now 5-2-1. Let's see. It looks like they're going to be able to go for the loot. KLA also going to be continuing to loot too. Definitely does not want the smoke too early. Definitely doesn't want to force the fight if they don't absolutely have to. Meanwhile, if we go to another fight here, they're absolutely not afraid to force it, as looks like Water was able to separate just a little bit while longer here, trying not to get caught up here, but their teammate's going to be able to successfully get them out of harm's way here, as Water now needs to just get a little bit of loot, and it looks like he's able to get something just to keep this fight going. Now here we go. Nice little bit of build here for that blue focus, trying to see if they can go in, waiting for it, misses the stun from Tessa here, trying to see if they can find it for the dodge. Obviously the stun's going to be able to capture at least one here. QGG stuck outside, still trying to see if they can find it down, and obviously he's going to be able to find it. Nice hit of the momentum, is able to go through and hit him like a pancake here. 17 also gets hit as well. Water trying to see if they can find the same momentum. Nice shield coming through from the Wushin, trying to see if they can time it just as right as the other space here. Oh, and they both are able to juggle as well here, with Water able to shut down CXC and KLA 17S just like that. Fun plus Phoenix is able to knock out KLA with their timing and their momentum here, and they have to go for the quick reset.
Yeah, it sucks to see KLA being taken out so early. And look at XCG, even tied all to themselves, able to stack their loot up by themselves without having to take on a fight this early. Unfortunately, we don't get to see them going too crazy in the beginning here. I was predicting that they'd pop off a little bit more closer to the start, as 5-2-1 looks like they're trying to aggress very quickly onto Fun Plus Phoenix, but FPX already taking a fight, do not want to already engage again. They do have already 3 kills onto the board, so they don't need to do too much right now. 5-2-1 looking to make something happen, though, as Team JL already with 3 kills as well as JDG. 3 picks on the board for all of them. Bowda with 1, the rest with 0, and the game has already kicked off to a phenomenal start.
Meanwhile, TXJ as well. And it looks like we're still going to be able to go through it, as it looks like Moonlight is able to get a nice little hits from the bullseye here. And it looks like we're going to see that first Moonbane start to come through here as the call out comes in. It looks like JD is going to get hit with a nice little bit of a surprise. It looks like WFZ actually gets hit by the stun here, actually giving them the opportunity for them to escape here. And now they're going to fully be able to exit out of that area here. It looks like the stun wasn't successfully able to, but PB does get hit, and so does the rest of the team by the poison. And now they're on the outskirts of the fight. They can still be able to pull through as the sand siphon starts to come in. Beautiful timing here. WFZ trying to see if they can hold strong here. Nice hits from the katana. I was waiting for that strike to hit, and it looks like the double team is going to be able to make it even more worth it, as they do end up catching the elimination onto that as well. Meanwhile, Wushin trying to see if he can dip out of harm's way here. Nice scale all the way towards that side here. KLA nearby, and JDG is able to get them out of harm's way, was able to get the pickup from their teammates. Doesn't get hit, but looks like it's not going to be enough here. But it looks like Wushin wants somewhat of the smoke and decides not to, and actually backs out.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be able to heal up, but they are going to get third-partied onto very quickly here. As KLA holding up onto the top of this building in Celestia here. And these Celestia fights are always so much fun to watch because of all the weaving and ducking. As look at JDG. Tuck is going to end up stunning 2 people, and they want to kill him as fast as possible before they get stunned. And Unique's able to come away with the kill, but Yin and Pampy are both going to get stunned. It looked very dangerous for them for a second. As we're going to take a look, 5-2-1's Yin is going to be on the front foot. Just going to be playing around, looting a little bit more closer to the bottom of the money pit, as we like to call it in NA. OUG Shin Yu is going to be closer to the area by Sigma Mine here, trying to get as much as possible gold, trying to see if they can scale up their loot. OUG Shin Yu here as well, just going to the shop, able to see if they can get anything. KLA on the back foot as well. Taking a look, we are going to see them just running around playing, and it looks like things have died down pretty quickly in this game. Circle 1 has barely begun to close on to Circle 2. We are going to be waiting for these Realm of Yangs. as we're taking a look as well. Team Bauda on the outskirts, just looting up, keeping things together. Not too highly scaled right now. Blue armor, blue weapons, a little bit of purple going on as well. Not too bad for them, as it looks like OUG is going to come pretty quickly into the fight. And we are going to see them trying to battle it out against Team Bauda. The F2 coming in from you, and the ballista shots coming in from the other side as well. You in a very dangerous situation. Bauda getting pulled off the ballista really quickly here. And OUG's you trying to make something happen. But Bauda is going to be coming through with the ultimate as well. OUG's got a little bit left in the ult. Gonna hop into the Feria mech, and both of the Yushans come out. I love the mirror matchup every single time. Here we go as we continue running through these players with the Yushan ultimate. It looks like Bauda's peak is taking a lot of damage. Shinyu on the front foot, backing around.
Even with that here, still going to be able to work towards that momentum. Obviously, still trying to conjure up. Oh, nice hits, though. Steadily trying to see if maybe he can conjure up as well. Looks like he wasn't able to capture the stun here. That would have been an amazing hit, though, towards that, as he's going to be able to try to push in all the way towards that. It looks like it's just going to be an absolute cat and mouse game here, trying to see if he can catch it. But it looks like he decides, oh, he notes he still wants to. Oh, and he finds him, and he catches the elimination and gets him out of that as well. It looks like they're still going to be able to get some of their winnings from the outskirts. Steadily seeing if they can find it. And it looks like so far it's still going to be helpful for them as well here. It looks like now. It looks like WBG Sleepwalker and the rest of the team here. They're going to be able to scale around and trying to get out of there as best as possible here. Let's see if they can keep that same momentum going here. As now, so far, it's been really, really good for certain areas here, as obviously KLA all the way up top here might be able to get a surprise drop on maybe one of these players here if they're able to take their time with it, as the CXD's just trying to scale rush as best as possible. But the Sand Sniper's going to bring him all the way down to earth and says hello. Beautiful parry to be able to capture him. Nice hits coming through as the Wushin is going to be able to separate them and get them out of harm's way. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you come in with some confidence, come in with a lot of spirit, a lot of spunk. Then you see somebody come in and they also got the same spirit as well. You're like, hey, yo, yo, yo. And then you back out and you're like, hey, we really didn't want the smoke. We just wanted to see if you were about it. Now that we know that you're about it, now we got to play a little bit more accordingly. Sometimes that does happen.
Well, Kaylee did actually a very good job there getting the other players from the opposing team to burn their ult super fast there. And OUG was ended up using a bunch of their ultimates, which then got them to have the advantage. They got them to use the ultimates, and then they poured it out as fast as possible, leaving OUG without ultimates for possibly a later fight, as DRG holding the Realm of Yang, hopefully getting a free one. But it looks like there's going to be a couple teams that are going to try and converge as JL joins in and JJH takes in as the third team in. It looks like Fun Plus Phoenix is also joined, hopefully going to try and beat out the other team. And it looks like Wolves versus XCG as well will be another fight. DRG, Moonlight, dealing a lot of damage to TXJ here. The F2 is going to come out, and look at the solo grapple combos coming out. TXJ playing like a solos player right now. WFG is losing a lot of health. WX98 as well. Wushin is going to take a lot of damage, gets hit by one of the Yodos, gets hit by the second one as well. Barely staying alive with that Z-Ping ultimate. It looks like TXJ is getting himself into a lot of trouble now, getting hit over and over again by the Furen and the Fan. The combo is very, very dangerous, especially when there's two of them. VVV here, sending lots of turret shots off Moonlight, getting dangerously though, trying to peel for his team. DRG. Moonlight now on the front foot here. We're going to see the ultimate come out. VVV now going into those solo combos. Tries to bring it into the F3 to get the silence off, but ends up missing. It's now a 2v2 situation here. TXJ has gone down. They are going to try and get Moonlight out really quickly here, but the double slash from the Hang Sword comes through, and the Cavalry Bloom dealing so much damage on the WFZ, and then the follow-up Parry, oh my goodness, JL coming through, taking both WFZ and Moonlight down with one crazy parry.
Listen, we talk about JL here. JL, like I said before, the winners of last year, the absolute veterans here, and clearly they're showing why they're still the best in this game here. But let's go back to WBG, and of course, KLA getting eliminated here, as WBG also wants to be able to make some noise here as well, getting their second elimination into this game here in a game number 5 here, steadily trying to see if they can continue the onslaught here as they do find KLA, the last of KLA, and gets them finished, sliced and diced, seared and sauteed. And finger licking good on top of that here, as you got to be careful here. Even with that here, it looks like Godly trying to use his ulti just to be able to maybe escape and get out of there here, as it looks like both of the Transformers just trying to get some hits here as well, as JL's just trying to get out of the separation here and just getting pelted as well. Triple B just trying to hold strong here towards the very end and just playing it as he's just getting pelted to the back, and it's like, yo, chill, relax. It ain't even that serious. It's too early for all this. Now look at that. They even get through with the stumble too. Has to be a little bit more careful. Even with that here, tries to see if they can work towards that. Let's see if they can keep that same momentum as the ulti starts to come out here. VV waiting for that spot up top here, trying to get a good shot in. Has to be careful though, as he does hits up towards Moran. Ends up hitting with the dual blades here as he does try to go for the separation. Meanwhile, NiHQ on the backstretch, just trying to see if he can get some hits with the bow. Looks like he's able to successfully get into it, but now he's trying to get into the action. He pops his ulti. He starts to close in the gap. He's going to try to see if he can find his first one. Almost gets the hit on it. Calls out the ghost, gets it, and he gets the elimination the way that he needs to here. Now, here comes the beauty of it, though. Vermillion's birth mites definitely is warranted in these spaces. This is when you go in for a fight, because guess what? It's basically just a free kill, unless if you get one. If not, you end up going for a reset anyway. It's not even that big of a deal. Meanwhile, Pampy is able to find some people here, and he's going to try to see if he can force certain people in. Kakaxi ends up getting caught. Oh, no. The beautiful reset, though, as he ends up getting shocked and sheared from all the way over, but it's not going to be enough here as he forces the ulti here. TXJ trying to time it, but it's not going to be enough here as he ends up catching him on the outskirts here. He waits for the timing, but it's not going to be enough as he ends up getting shot by the bow coming through. TXJ caught him between two, and Pampy and the rest of his team is going to be able to capture him with the support and gets the elimination.
Pampy using that lightning strike from the Draco Storm to be able to just tickle away the health while in the Yodo ultimate of his opponents here, and Pampy able to come away with the W. They will have a respawn though, because they do have the Vermillion's bird buff. They will be able to respawn there pretty quickly, as well as Wolves. With 3 kills up on the board, they are playing the Transformers comp, so it is going to be interesting to see how they are going to be faring, like I said earlier, against all of these counter comps that have been made in place of Transformers. As we are taking a look, we are seeing XCG just hanging out in the storm here. It looks like they don't want to get pushed too quickly by these teams that are just on the outskirts here. It looks like they did end up having to take a revive with... They are not doing too good this game. They've got 2 kills. They are just hiding. It looks like Xiaonan might go down here really quickly. Oh, they've got the... It looks like Xiaonan may or may not have had the Yang depletion and might have had to do a little bit of something to get revived. But it looks like Water and Dongqing are going to be able to get their teammates back.
A little bit of something strange for a little bit of change, you know, the vibes, but that could also be something entirely different. Sometimes you just have to pay attention to what's going on. That's all I got to say, but at the same time, it's still going to be a good vibe, though. As Fun plus Phoenix's Water is going to be able to take that and realizes that it's not worth it here. Obviously, it's going to be able to get some of those rewards here, but realizes it's not worth it and lets the Storm takes the elimination here as the DRG and the rest of the team go shopping a little bit. They got a lot of bread to spread. Look at that. 19K, 25K, 10K. If they wanted to do a massive amount of resurrections, they technically could, but obviously you can't do that now currently in this game. But man, the amount of that absolutely that could be shredded is insane here. So let's see how they can be able to work towards that next set of momentum here. And you love to see it, though. Obviously, the fight coming through here is Don Quinn trying to fight this out, and beautiful parry here just to be able to shut down the momentum from Wuxing. Wuxing, looks like he's going to have to continue the scale rush here. Wants to try to catch him in the next one, though, but he definitely does not want to here, which is understandable. And it looks like there's going to be able to work towards that here as Don Quinn just trying to see if he can exit out. Meanwhile, back inside of the realm of Yang, JJ versus JL, the rematch from earlier. Want to get a little bit of that rebate as at Jay. Oh, man. Ends up getting shredded for a few seconds here from the bow, it looks like, as Godly is going to force the Yotahime ulti here. It looks like he doesn't have much of a stretch. You're going to be able to see if he can get some decent hits there, but it looks like TXJ does, though. Question is he going to be able to hit any of them? And it looks like he gets close, though, with Triple V. Closes in the gap a little bit more. Triple V is getting absolutely thrown like in straight from a tennis match. You got to be careful. Don't want to get caught up. And no, it's not going to be enough as Triple V tries to hold on. And you can tell he was struggling for as much as possible, but it's not going to be enough here. And now here comes the pellets. Here comes the bullying. Here comes all of the momentum to capture this. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, JJH is going to be winning the Realm of Yang and taking it away. Oh, beautiful, beautiful hit towards that. It's not going to be enough as he's able to capture that. And now here we go, trying to go through it with that. Oh, wait, hold on now. He hits him with a beautiful parry, though. He's already dangerously low, though. JJ, Moran, trying to see if he can hold this together, though. He might have the opportunity, though, if he plays this smart. Either that or he stalls long enough and both of them have to go through on the outskirts. All he has to do is wait another 30 seconds. The momentum could really be here, though, if he plays this smart. Beautiful jump parry onto Moran. Moran decides to back out this as well. Throws them towards the F3. Wants to try to quarter them. 19 seconds left on the clock here. It's getting a little too tight. TXG ends up getting caught between both parties here. He's trying to keep the game alive. It's not long enough. 10 seconds left on the clock. Can he hold it long enough? No, it's not. As JJH is able to keep the game alive, so that way they don't have to have the time on them. And now the clock is slowly clicking on JL.
Yeah, the second he missed that F2, he was so close to being able to come away with that. He threw the F2 out, and he was just a second away from being able to turn that fight into a 1v1. He would have been able to make it, and he would have had the win there in that 2v1 situation, because he did get that crazy parry earlier. But he missed the F2 on both of them. They ended up dodging it, and it was just so unfortunate TXJ was not able to come away with the victory there. But 5-2-1, doing pretty good for themselves this game. 4 kills on the board, looking pretty stacked up with the loot as well. JJH as well, very stacked on the loot. Gold pole sword in hand for Godly. Moron got blue fan in hand, not too bad of a weapon here, great for peeling. And that's the way that they were able to just peel for each other in that Realm of Yang. They were able to just take away everybody's power, and just, you get low, you go back, I go front line. The front line gets low, they switch places, they go again and again and again. And look at XCG not having the greatest game, ratting it out in the top of Eventide Temple as JL. Reviving now, gonna go for this bounty scroll and try and get a kill, and it looks like they've got the bounty on to 5-2-1, so this might get interesting very quick. They do only have 2 minutes and 50 seconds before they have to go and die to the Yang depletion.
Even with that here, JL still has an opportunity here. Listen, 8 eliminations so far. They got to catch up when it comes to the points here, but at least in terms of this game here so far, it's looking pretty good for them. But this is exactly what... Oh. Don't go... Whatever you do, don't go under there. Whatever you do, don't go in there, Pampy. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know you want to do it. Don't do it. You're going to get a nice rude awakening. Oh, they ended up going down. They did not want the smoke. I actually thought that one of them was going to go down there and XQC was just going to be like, free meal. That would have been absolutely really dangerous for one of those players, though. And obviously for a team like JL here, they do not need to risk any of those currently. And look at this, though. Even down at the bottom here, 7 eliminations, 13.7, JJH. Steady trying to go through towards the rotation.
JL here with very little time remaining on their Yang depletion. They do have to get Soul Bloom Essence very quickly. They cannot seem to find anybody. It's very unfortunate for them. They're going to try and get a little bit closer. If all they did was look behind them, they'd be able to find out that there are a few players up in front. And it looks like they might actually be able to come across here. And it looks DRG getting very confident, deciding to use the Valiant challenge as JL is in a lot of trouble. They need to come across one of these teams fast, so they're going to be dead very, very soon. Eliminated from this game, but they have a chance. JL. 8 kills already on the board, so they are not doing too bad for themselves. They are technically the #1 seed in this game so far. So surviving would be in their best interest. TXJ taking a little bit of damage already. 40 seconds left on the clock, so they are going to be in a good amount of trouble here. Getting taken down pretty quickly. All they need to do is survive. And it looks like WFZ is going to go down. They are going to be able to get one Soul Bloom here. Picking up the first one, trying to go for the second one here. DRG is going to be the use of their desperation here. With 17 seconds left, TXJ still in a lot of trouble. Is probably going to ult at around 10 seconds to try and get Wushin 98 here as well. FX trying their best, but 7 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be about to be impossible.
Ooh,
unfortunate for TXJ.
Ooh, Wushin is going to be able to take them out of that harm's way moment here as 521 wants to be able to catch there with that smoke, though, with OUG. As it always starts to come through here, and so does the Yodahime ulti. Pampy's going to be able to force out the ulti here, trying to see if maybe he can get the stun on this bot, and it looks like he's able to, though, but it's not going to be able to do too much here. Might have been a waste for Pampy, though, in this moment. Don't know necessarily if that was the smartest move to do here, but let's see where everybody starts to rotate and spread through. Meanwhile, JL sadly down to one player here. They've been playing this really well, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. You see how they're getting eliminated this early? They cannot get caught up. Triple V caught inside of a tough situation here, and this is exactly what I mean. Their momentum in terms of getting at least towards halfway, at least to the halfway point of the game, has been phenomenal, but they really start to slack because they get a little bit too confident. They start to push into fights that in reality they don't really need to force on, and then they end up getting eliminated. And this is the exact same problem that we've been talking about earlier. Meanwhile, JJH has been laying in the cut. They haven't been necessarily forcing fights as much as they need to, and now Triple V is just out here just trying to see if they can capture and conjure up maybe a kill or two if need be. But now they're going to get caught with this. Tesla's going to try to see if maybe he can capture the stun here. Triple V just trying to hold on for as long as possible, but no, it's not going to be it, and that's going to be a GG's coming in from JL. 9 eliminations already, and they're out this early out of the game. This is the exact same thing that I've been talking about. The exact thing that I've been talking about.
Yeah, JDG coming in very strong there, and it was unfortunate. The one member of JL that got a bloom trying to outlast everybody, unable to keep himself alive. Could have taken those 9 kills to a little bit further into this game, but was unable to kite away, got hit with that Tessa ult, and unfortunately there was nothing that they could do to avoid that. We're taking a look now. Wolves, a team that has been very great today, and they have not unleashed the powers of the monk on anybody yet, and I am just so excited for when this comes out. This final circle could be huge for them if they manage to make it all the way there without burning ultimate too fast. WX98 here taking a lot of damage. It looks like they're going to go down pretty quickly if OUG has their way. Looks like WX98 still getting caught out here, trying to run away, but they are all just scale rushing and scale rushing. OUG's double SS able to come away with the kill. They do not want to get caught into this Bane's Breath though, so they're going to try and make their way to the outside here. SS, oh my goodness, rolls away in the nick of time there, able to get away. XCG looks like they're about to get the box almost for free here. They looks like they did. The gold armor is theirs, and Xiaohu getting caught out here, just trying to find a little bit of a nook and cranny to hide, but is ending up OUG finding them by pure chance of luck as well. And FPX Xiaohu, last player alive for their team, so is going to try and run away as fast as possible.
See what happens though. Azahiwe solo by himself, solo dolo in this moment. Interesting to see if maybe that rotation does help him though. Oh my goodness, JDG inside of the hut though actually came through with a nice little surprise though. Oh man.
And this is where the range battle started. All of these players who've burnt ults at this point, people who do not have their ultimates back up, which most of them do, they want to get as much range damage in to build up a little bit more rage. So they will have their ults in these final fights here. And it looks like 5-2-1 is going to be forced to Wu-Chen port out. But Pampy has already gone down, and they're going to be forced to lose their Viper in this final circle, which is going to be super unfortunate for them. As Yin just focused on one thing, and that is survival and survival only. JDG's 2 getting in a lot of trouble here. Is going to end up needing to use that Tessa ult, but the F2! Oh my goodness, again and again. I just absolutely love the Yodo Hime F2 ability. The aggressiveness of that launch forward, able to just take out and stun these players with a hit of a button, ladies and gentlemen. The F2 coming in clutch for OUG's U, able to come away with that kill onto the player of JDG, wiping out their team. Is taking a look now. XCG, who's gotten their scale up, able to pick up one more elimination, trying to make something happen here. And it looks like Wolves now finally using that Monk ult. Not able to get too many grabs here, though, and this is the problem that we see when these Monk comps are facing off against other non-Monk comps. They end up becoming just a huge target in the entire lobby, and everyone starts to focus them. EG right now taking a lot of damage, still getting tethered by their team's Karumi, but is forced to de-ult without having done very much for the team there. Was unfortunate to see we didn't get to see too much. No double grabs, no double slams. They are going to be trying to make their way to the lower part of the map into the circle. Hopefully gaining enough rage back to be able to have one more Monk ult by the end of this, but it is not looking too great for them. OUG's U here still sending out shots in that Faria mech, and XCG getting caught in the crossfire of like 3 or 4. Xiaonan is going to go down. OUG's U picking up that kill there. NiHQ forced the Cicada ult. We are going to see the Furen come out. The F3 is going to come out as well. And the Yushan ultimate coming up from Wolves' Zem. NiHQ forced to go to the skies. Goes back into the building, weaving it and ducking around. OUG's U hot in pursuit here. We are going to see another pillar come out as they are going to get that Faria ult back very quickly here. Now the Tessa ults are coming out. Zem in a lot of trouble here. Needs to find the rest of his team and regroup. He is going to get in a little bit of a pickle here, but doesn't get caught out too quickly, as we're going to see the Temi F come out so that the XCG player is going to back away. Wolves in the corner still hiding, waiting to get that Monk ultimate back, as XCG's Kakashi is going to go down. One player left on XCG. 5-2-1 in a little bit of trouble. OUG absolutely taking over the battlefield right now. Huge parry coming out from you. 5-2-1's Yin going down. Wolves' Zem getting knocked back to the bottom here. The Karumi trying to make a play. Wolves' EG gonna get the Monk back here, trying to see if they can get Godly out of the ult. Is able to pull the ult out. Gets a hold. Almost gets a hold of Godly here, trying to see if they can get a grab. Isn't able to make anything happen right now, seeing if they can get something, but still not able to make a grab happen. Just trying to hold this position, not trying to drop down too quickly. ZK needing to heal, so causing a great distraction. Chu Li trying to interrupt what's going on, but the Monk ult's going to go down pretty soon, as we don't see anything happen. Again, Monk ult unsuccessful, and this is why we are seeing the Transformer comp become more and more obsolete.
Even with that, though, Godly trying to see if they can hold it together here all the way up top here. And it looks like the circle of push is going to be slowly pushing them out, as you is going to go absolutely dog dive into this area here. As always, he's going to be able to pump out the space, trying to see if he can get Wolves from the outskirts here. Ends up catching them on the inskirts here. Nice hits, trying to see if he can capture the combined strikes, but it's not going to be enough, as Zinyu is going to be able to steal that elimination away. But here he comes, Yu, trying to see if he can hold it together all the way here. Absolute pellets, trying to see if he can capture a quick hit towards the very end of this, looking around, trying to gather some hits here, as Wolves ZK gets caught in a tough situation in the circle, slowly closing in little by little here, as Yu is able to find it in different areas, as he's able to at least capture one elimination into the space here. Zinyu's on the outskirts here. Godly trying to hold it together here, as Wolves ZK is able to capture that elimination. He's in there on the outskirts, dangerously low, able to hold it together, pops open the ZK, and just like that, he's able to conjure it up all the way to the end. JJH able to hold strong, and Wolves EG is the final person standing alive, so Wolves does get the 4 points.